Kenya has raised questions on a worrying trend in the country. The
place in Kenya following a wave of brutal killings of women. Amnesty International says more than 500 cases.
Protesters in Kenya are demanding that the government save the lives of women.
Tired of government institutions that are not working to prevent and where necessary.
What is femicide? Femicide is the killing of a girl or a woman in the hands of a man on account of their gender.
In 2022, UN registered 89,000 cases of both women and girls internationally.
That's 55% of women killed by their intimate partners. And just in Kenya, that's about 47 women killed every week.
She was someone's mother, sister, friend. She was someone. Men still think we live in a patriarchal society. Men still think that they can dominate women without any consequences. And society does not see anything wrong with that. For example, if a woman, me, were to ask a man anywhere in Nairobi for a favor, they do it. But what do they want in return? Intercourse, which is taken very lightly in our society. They think it's the woman's problem. They think the woman should do what the man wants because society still thinks we live in the patriarchal society, which is a very big problem. How do you think GBV begins?
So GBV, I think, begins with toxic relationships between two people. It could be man to man, woman to woman, or boy to girl, and it happens with frequent arguments between the relationship and miscoordination of things, and mostly because of trust. I think that's what mainly causes GBV to occur.
Here with us today is Mr. Samuel Atonga, our head teacher of Braeside Lavington, and he's here to give us insights on our topic, femicide.
Thank you, boys and girls, for this opportunity that you've accorded me to give you more information about this important topic. I'm ready.
Okay, the first question today is, considering the most effective way to educate people about femicide is at school, how do you think we can do this in Braeside?
Great, yes. Since we are teaching global citizens, the best way is to talk about the effect of femicide, and that will mean defining what it is, how it expresses itself, and how to avoid it. Right? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So our second question is, what would be the effect of educating people about femicide at a young and considering it shouts the an intimate partners?
That means if you get to have knowledge at a young age, you will be equipped with the necessary skills to identify how to avoid femicide cases. Yes? So it is important that our girls at school age going are exposed to strategies of avoiding cases of femicide. Okay?
The last question is, considering Braeside is a school that values the safety of students and how they act outside school, how do you think our students at Braeside, especially in high school and in the sixth form, can protect themselves in future in gender-based violence?
The values that we instill in them, the aspect of being responsible citizens, we expect them that when they get out of Braeside, they should be able to know what is safe for them. Because this is something that it is going to be part and parcel of their lives. So they need to know that wherever they find themselves in different groupings, they have to consider their safety. Very important.
Our Braeside High School head teacher basically emphasized that if students are educated about femicide, it can play a huge role in avoiding it and identifying signs of it before it gets too far. He also stated that Brayside staff can help students when they have enough courage to report any gender-based violence taking place, which also means that students are equipped with enough resources to actually try and spot any gender-based violence taking place at home.
Who is the prime target of gender-based violence?
A lot of the time, women are the target.
Why do you think so?
Men are usually men are usually seen as better than women, or like more superior than women.
I believe that femicide has been long overlooked, especially in households. There have been several cases where relationships are toxic environments for gender-based violence to take place. One I would like to vividly expound on is the case of Starlet Wahu, which was recent in January 2024. First of all, I'm sure we've all heard of the phrase Malaya. That is what Kenyans of this day have grouped her to be, basically meaning, illustrating that not only her relationship with her online lover was the reason that her death occurred, it was also the reason why she did not deserve justice. And I and my team, we extremely disagree with this point. However, the question today is, what are the consequences of gender-based violence?
I think the consequences of gender-based violence is trauma, depression. People can get PTSD, and not want to be around the opposite gender.
Talking about why the youths and young people like us are not being very much educated about femicide, and the reason to that is because they have public schools are better to reach out to. However, the private schools in our country are not that convenient for femicide activists to reach out to. So this becomes a problem because not anyone can get fully educated about what femicide is, and people are not educated on what to do, especially when you are in a relationship with a man and you don't know what he's most likely gonna do to you. Yeah. So Mohammed, do you think as a student you're well educated enough about relationships and how safe you can get in Brayside?
Not really. I think we can have more PSHE lessons about that, because personally I think in Kenya, a good example was a few weeks back about the lady who got assaulted to death by her boyfriend, and she did in the Olympics. So I think if we could educate people more about it, I think we can have a safer and women-friendly environment.
First, we would like to promote effective communication. Secondly, hold or document any evidence. Thirdly, but not least, make sure to tell a trusted organization. Stay safe.
I just want to say that feminism is not only a problem in Kenya, but is also a huge problem in the world, and that women have the right to their rights. Thank you.
In the early 2000s, a politician went home and forced his wife to drink acid. He ended up watching her die, and the case has been in court for around 10 years and still has not been solved. The family has not gotten justice, and this is not fair. We should push to end gender-based violence and to improve the inequality in our society.
Are you wondering how to spread awareness?
Well, you could do this by printing posters, educating your family members such as your kids, and overall being an example. Thank you.
Okay. No means no.
No means no. No! No means
I heard you got some bad news.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
The doctor says a year.